Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about Cody Co for just a quick second. The situation with him is getting worse by the day. And I also want to talk about Gypsy Rose's sister, Mia, who seems to be the only one that has any logical sense in the entire family. So we're going to go over both of those things. I was going to title this a garbage episode, but I feel like because we are talking about Cody Co and that is a really serious situation, it just felt like it would be a really tacky thing to do. So either way, we're just going to cover both of these and not call it garbage, but we're just going to have a chat. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright, you guys, so I was sent this post from a Reddit page called YouTube Drama. They have a really big audience over on Reddit, and this post is regarding Cody Co. So let's get the heavy stuff out of the way, and then we'll move on to what's going on with the Blanchard circus. This post says, I censored their Instagram handles and faces because these girls are not public figures and are victims. They were teenagers. I'm posting this here because we also need public evidence of Cody's predatory past available. It's originally from a different sub. The girl on his shoulders, which it looks like they're either at Coachella or some kind of music festival. I'll throw the photo right here, which is edited. But it says, she is the girl he was dating from Vine, where he was seen kissing her. Search the history of LA influencer Snark sub to see it.
Oh, it didn't work.
Kinda.
Fuck. Damn it.
If she was 19 on the Instagram post dated May 24th, 2016, she would have been 17 on April 13th, 2015 in the post on the right, which is the photo of her on his shoulders. The Vine was made July 27th, 2015. That means Cody had been with her exhibiting dating type behavior publicly for 4 months. Who knows how long prior. When she was still 17, I have to emphasize, he was 24, about to turn 25. He is demonstrating a pattern of behavior with multiple victims. So a lot of people in the comments of this post are just stating the obvious, and that is, when someone is showing a pattern of behavior, number one, that needs to be examined very closely, and number two, it usually speaks to a bigger problem. And I said in my last video about Cody that I think that this is going to snowball and it's going to get very, very bad for him. And combining his current silence alongside everything that is coming out is a very, very bad look. This is not just one thing that people are, I've seen some comments, oh, people are taking stuff and running with it, and that's not what this is at all in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion. I think that all of these situations tie in with one another, and I think that it all circles back to him being inappropriate. I also mentioned in my last video how Noel Miller, who is his literal best friend, they have a podcast together, they've worked together on content for years, has been very quiet in this. I think that's an interesting choice, but I would like to clarify in this video that I am in no way saying that Noel is the same way that Cody is, or that he's a terrible person, or he should be canceled. I do think that your friends in real life can sometimes mirror what you think is acceptable, but I'm also not saying that he's on the same level as Cody. I just think that it's a little troubling. Who you're best friends with, your business partners, you have a podcast together, and I just think that it's something that should be mentioned in all fairness. The last thing that I want to mention in relation to the Cody Co situation is his wife, Kelsey. I don't know what kind of conversations might be happening behind closed doors between him and her, or him and his family, or whatever. But this is very troubling, and I can only imagine she had to know about this before she married him, right? She had to know that the Tana situation was not some secret that was locked away in a black box and only recently discovered in the last couple of weeks. It's not a new thing, and him going through this quote-unquote cancellation is absolutely going to affect her as well, not just her presence on social media, but also her real life. Bad decisions, not mistakes, decisions, always come back around. And unfortunately, it's coming full circle right now. And I don't think that this is going to get better. I don't think that it's going to go away. I think that it's going to get worse. And we'll just have to see what happens. I will continue to keep an eye on things and provide updates as needed. But this is just a heartbreaking disaster. And Cody Co directed all of it by his bad decisions. Let's hop over to something more lighthearted and not as serious in nature. I want to talk about Gypsy Rose's sister, Mia, who is the daughter of Rod and Kristy Blanchard. So technically they're half sisters, but they're sisters. So either way, Mia has her own TikTok platform, and she posts a lot, and she's kind of riding on the success of Gypsy Rose as well. A lot of their followers follow Gypsy Rose, they follow Mia, they follow Kristy. Kristy's on TikTok too. Mia, in my opinion, is the only one in this family that has any common sense. It's wild. This conversation is happening. They're in the kitchen, and Mia jumps on Kristy for getting too involved in Gypsy's marriage to Ryan Anderson. So let's watch the clip, and then I'll give my thoughts.
Like, I did the right thing on my part by filing for divorce. Like, regardless of what is going on behind the scenes with me and Ken, the right thing to do was acknowledge that this marriage is not what I want and not working, and file based on that.
I predicted it a long time ago.
That's awful to say.
No,
But
it's really true though.
It's the truth.
She said it since day one.
Because me and Ken never lost in touch.
But see,
It
that's
got
what
boring.
makes
No,
me.
it was like
Don't cut me
happy
off.
birthday and stuff. You cut me off. It
Okay,
got
maybe I'm
less.
wrong.
It got less and less. Like when they first split.
You played a big
We
role in
talked.
their thing.
Well,
though.
she needed to know the real reason why he ended it.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
He
Because
should have told
I
her
had-
that, not you.
Y'all have
Why
the worst
we can split
communication.
up.
She don't know when to stop talking, and she keeps talking on and
In
on and on, and
circles.
don't even make sense sometimes. I'm like, what are you even trying to say?
Well, I'm just trying to make the whole
I
thing.
get, but do you see my whole point?
Yeah.
You don't like to like. You,
can-
want to say
can
you
do
say
your-
I.
yeah, because that's how I told you.
So obviously, Kristy should have never been so involved in having conversations with Ken, talking to Gypsy, and making her know XYZ. Like, this woman literally stepped 10 feet into the deep end of Gypsy Rose's marriage, and it was wrong. She is a full-grown adult that orchestrated the murder of her mother. Do you think that she actually needs to hold your hand when she's married to a guy that seemed pretty, stable? He had a house, he had a, job. This is not something where, like, she needed to be, like, redirected. In my opinion, and this might sound a little delulu, which is fine, but I almost think that Kristy has a thing for Ken, and having Gypsy reunite with him would almost, like, guarantee that he's around and he's in the picture. I think that she just likes Ken. I don't think she liked Ryan. I don't think that she respected Ryan. And by her disrespecting their marriage, that is also disrespecting Gypsy. So Kristy Blanchard disrespects Gypsy, and it's all out there. So, shame on Kristy for putting her nose where it did not belong and putting her nose where it was not needed. That whole scene where they pull up to Ryan's apartment and Kristy is praying in the car with Gypsy and making sure that she can, you know, get through this safely, and but like, why are we creating situations that are not even there? This is literally something that Gypsy wanted. She was coached by you, and she went in there to collect her stuff, abandon her dog, abandon her marriage, and go back home to Ken so that she could get pregnant the weekend of the jazz festival. She is a messy, 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 drama-loving vulture. And that's how I feel about Gypsy, and I think that Kristy is right there with her. And they are loving this attention, and I hope they like it while it lasts, because it will fizzle out, it will fade, and it'll all be irrelevant at some point in time. For right now, it's still going, and as long as it's still going, I'm here to talk about it. But good on Mia. I might not agree with everything that she does or everything that she says, but good on her for standing her ground. This is the second time that I've heard her stand up to Kristy, and it's not easy to stand up to your parent, but I think that when it's so obvious that Kristy is wrong, why is Mia the only one saying it like it is? So, go Mia. But either way, that's enough for today. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more of me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.